These are the meditations of Kantes. On today's meditation, the narcissist, or other people who you are around with, the narcissist and other people you are around with, there was one thing that they made sure never to give you, and that was credit. If there was one thing they made sure never to give you, was credit. And like I said, the good God, the Lord, the law, the all, in his own wisdom decided that we might dwell amongst each other, most especially so that we could learn about ourselves while we were with those creatures. That's why this topic is very important, because the very thing that they didn't want to give you, there's a secret hidden in that you must know today. And that secret is breathtaking once you understand that the reason they never wanted to give you the credit that you deserved, the reason why most empaths, including myself, we had this people pleasing mentality, was because we were never given the credit. And credit for children and credit for even for young adults is very important, because they have not yet awakened to their true power and to their sovereignty to be able to produce their own credit. That's why the kid goes out there to play, so that he can do what? Make his parents proud. It's only later on that he says, I'm doing this thing because of my own desire, because I like it. So he gives himself the credit. But when you are a kid, you don't produce, when you're a child rather, you don't produce your own, you haven't yet begun to conscious, because the production of credit is a conscious activity. It is like, yeah, you've done well, you've done good, keep doing that. They never wanted to give you reassurances, and they put into you this habit of doing things without being celebrated. Like for me, it was so deep that I actually never liked cakes when I was younger. The irony, not the irony, the that I'm trying to reverse that, and that has come with I've been eating a lot of cakes recently, and every time I buy it, I remember when I was a kid, I would never want anyone to buy me a cake. I had deluded myself into thinking it was because I'm a long-term thinker, and that's true. So I was like, if someone gives me the option of buying a cake, then I'll decide, give me the money and I'll buy something else. That's how I used to be, and it served me well, because I got a lot of permanent gifts. Like I'd get bikes and other things that would last longer than even my birthday. But the reason why they would prefer this way is because they never wanted to celebrate me. They never wanted me to be in a situation where I'd be applauded. They put this thing into me and to you. And as I said, these meditations are largely for me. I don't even, how would I make a video for someone I've never met? So I'm making these videos mostly for myself, and hopefully it helps you too if you've gone through the same thing. They never used to want to give me credit. I've seen it, like I've seen someone, I've done something exceptionally good for them, for the organization, for the school, for the sport, and they would never ever want me to be given credit. The reason why they never wanted you to be given credit, and they never wanted me to be given the credit that I deserved, because we are not talking about credit for things you haven't earned. As an empath, most of the times, most of the things you did and got, you had to earn that motherfucker, man. I mean, I accepted it. I think by like 15 or something, I had accepted that most of the things that I need to get for me, I have to work hard. And that's a very good understanding. But it is rooted in scarcity, because you were so deprived of love and credit, because they were afraid if they give you this credit, you will awaken to who you are, because you are naturally great and you're naturally credit worthy. So a big part of why they never needed you to have the credit that you deserved was the reason why they never wanted you to get the credit that you deserved was, it was a very deeper reason than you can even begin to comprehend. It is a reason that it's the reason that as soon as you begin to awaken, And as you begin to understand yourself just as a grown person, just as an evolved being, you get, that's the number one thing you get. That's the number one thing I've begun to get, is getting credit for what I've done. It's actually something I've had to, like, go back and transform my subconscious mind, because I would be like, someone would applaud me or celebrate me, and I'd quickly get into this, like, clenched, like I was waiting for the punch after that, like I was waiting for the betrayal, like I was waiting for the slight remark, the dig. And then, when they would you do that, I'd just laugh, because you get used to it. Man has to adapt to every situation, and you had adapted to not being given the credit. In fact, it was so deep in me, I'd do things and give the credit to someone else. Never me. Don't celebrate me. I don't need to be clapped for. I don't need this. I don't need that. And it is, you were trained. No. It was trained in you. It was trained in your mind that this is what you needed to do, was to never accept the credit, never be applauded, never be seen. But now things change as you awaken. Now, as you awaken, you know who you are. You know you are the most credit worthy on all levels, even loans and all these things. My words cut on all realms. You are credit worthy. You are so, your reputation is breathtaking. And it is a reputation, that's why the first thing they try to do is smear your name. You don't need to smear a person's name who's bad. His own behavior and his own character will smear his name. You see? Because your character is impeccable, not perfect, not complete. You are a human being. I say this as I indulge in some ganja. But regardless of all these things, I know of my capabilities, just like you know. And you now must begin to receive the credit that is yours. Man, the number of things I did, especially in high school, I'd build things, I'd create systems, I'd, create speeches, I'd teach other people how to talk and speak, I'd teach them business. And every time they got theirs, they never wanted to give me the credit. Now I'm grateful they never did, because it was an easy dismissal. Right now, when you're an empath, as you awaken, especially for me, I have like millions of people who are plugged into me. As crazy as it sounds, it's not an exaggeration. Throughout my whole life, once I've begun to awaken, a lot of these losers are now, it's like they're now waking up. They're like, hey, he awakened, calling me. They're like, hey bro, we need to meet. And of course it's like, fuck off. But that credit was so important for them never to give it to you. It was so important that you got into this habit of doing the right thing without being applauded. Now that is a very good attribute to have as a man. I wouldn't say as a woman, because I think women need especially a lot of praise. That's how the Most High made it. And as a man, the very thing they were punishing me as a child, now it's a blessing, because I do things without needing to be applauded. That's how I've been able to accomplish meaningful things. But when you were younger, these things broke. They were tough to digest, and they were tough to digest, like they need to be for any child. Children need to be given credit. They need to be given praise. They need to be loved and shown affection. They need to be pushed with love and direction from a creature who stays in love. It's very important. Now I've gone into a rant, but you've got the point. The reason they never wanted you to have the credit that you deserve was, one, to put you into the people pleasing mindset, because people pleasers are people who do things without getting the necessary credit. It's a one-sided affair. They wanted you used to dealing in a one-sided affair. The one-sided affair where they benefit, you don't. No. So continue to stand in your power. Continue to give yourself the credit. Tap yourself in the motherfucking back. Let those who vomit, vomit. Me, I say it often, and I shall say it again. Me, Nim Nom, I'm the best. I am the bro, I am the best. It will slowly but surely be seen by the world, because once you move out, it's only a matter of time before the world sees how great you are. But you must know it before they come, so that you never think it's them telling you. No, no, it's you, just as you are. You're the greatest there has ever been. You deserve all the credit you have earned. You know, credit is earned. And for you to have stayed strong throughout all those denials, all those rejections, all those people pleasing habits which led you to very, very, you know, unfavorable situations. So, credit to you, good job, continue doing what you need to do. They never can't give you the credit, because like I said, credit comes most especially from a man or a woman who have power, and they really don't have power. No, they really, how can they give you their children? So it's like a child wanting to want to perform well in school so that they can impress another child. It doesn't work. No, you are the grown adult. That's why they never wanted to give you the credit, because the credit comes from you. You are the producer. So a big part, another reason, smaller reason why they never gave you the credit was because they never produced this credit. They are also looking for it. They are also doing things. They are also people pleasers to strangers, especially. No. So never mind what they did. Yourself give yourself the credit. You exist. You are the real one. That point on existing is very, very strong. Listen to it again. Most people are NPCs. They don't exist. They really don't exist. You can switch one NPC to another. You can switch your narcissistic mom from my narcissistic mother, and they'll be the exact same way. Replay that again. You can switch your narcissistic mother for my narcissistic mother, for your narcissistic father, for my narcissistic father, and on, and they would behave the exact same way. Don't take things personal. That's the game of Earth. That's how the earth is and will always be. That's why you're different. That's why you're special. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you continue to give yourself the credit you deserve. I hope you understand that you are the producer of the credit they wanted to deny you of. The same way in Africa, people don't drink the coffee they produce. The coffee they produce is drunk by another person. No, no. You are the producer. And now when you awaken to your power, just like it's happening everywhere around the world, you will drink your own coffee. You will enjoy the beautiful gifts of your own making. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed life. Adios.